Three questions I think you can ask as a trader in your analysis that I think would help. Let's get straight into it. I'm not doing any intro. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm getting straight into it. I'll start with question number one. Who is the dealer trapping? Is the dealer trapping the seller? Is the dealer trapping the buyer? What is his goal? It's very, very important that we understand the goal and the purpose of the dealer. What does he want? What does the dealer want? Does the dealer want to get rid of the buyer? Does he want to get rid of the seller? What does he want to do? Contrary to popular belief, in a sell market, you might think, and a lot of people, I know a lot of people think this, you might think in a sell market that the dealer is actually trapping the buyer. While he is, I think, in my opinion, he's actually more concerned with the seller. Let me explain. If there's a sell market condition, right, the dealer will naturally get rid of the buyers who bought at the low points in the market, right, by continuing to sell, right? But how does he get rid of the seller? He's giving the seller a very good opportunity to sell. So my question is, why is the dealer giving me such a good opportunity to sell, and should I trust it? In a case like that, if I have to ask that question, it's probably a big no. So if I have deemed the market to be a sell direction, I know the dealer is trapping the seller, in my opinion. Question number two. Once I have the answer to question number one, I then go to question number two, which is, where are the stop losses of these traders? In a case of a sell, where are the stop losses of the sellers? So it's very simple. Now this question, and I'll say this, these three questions are preliminary questions that can open gates and doorways to more questions that you can ask in your analysis. But question number two is, where are the stop losses of these traders, these sellers? You can begin now to ask so many other questions just by asking this question, because you can get so many different responses and answers on the chart. Don't worry, I'll show you, so stay tuned for that. The question I ask is, where are the stop losses of these sellers? So I go on, I try to find and ask a few questions, trying to figure out where the stop losses of these sellers by actually looking on the chart in different areas. Where might the stop losses be? This then brings me straight and directly to question number three. Have these stop losses of these traders, these sellers, been taken out by the dealer? And if the answer to that question is not a resounding yes, it is an automatic no. Because if we think about it again, if the dealer is giving traders a very, very good opportunity to sell, the question is why? Typically, he wants to get rid, in my opinion, he wants to get rid of the seller before the market actually sells. So before I sell in a sell market, I want to make sure that the seller has been taken out via their stop losses being hit. Once the seller has been taken out, then I become interested in the sell itself. Watch this. Now, I didn't take this trade. This is USD/JPY today. I did not take this trade, right? Because I am taking a hiatus from trading this week. But I want you to pay attention to something here. I want you to watch on this time frame. I want you to pay very, very close attention to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, these are 4 highs essentially. My question is it that the dealer is inducing the seller here? Yes. In my opinion, he is. You know why? Because when you go onto a higher time frame, you will quickly realize that USD/JPY, instead of being a bull market, in fact, it's a bear market, as you can see here. So with it being a bear market, it is going to take out buyers regardless of what. The dealer is going to take out the buyer. So that being said, he needs to get rid of the seller. So we know that it's a bear market, suggesting that the seller is being induced. My next question is, where are the stop losses of these sellers? So if I'm looking at it here, I can see that sellers are entering here. Sellers might have entered right here. And then sellers might have entered here and here. So the stop losses of these sellers would make sense to be right above. That's why I have this red line here. Now, if you pay attention, the next and last question we ask is, have the stop losses of these sellers been taken out? I want you to pay very close attention. Why is it that this one move right here takes the stop losses of those sellers and then begins and proceeds to drop? It's quite interesting. So obviously this is a very, very simple way of breaking down how I would trade, right? But it is a very good preliminary set of questions that you can ask. With that being said, I hope that this made some sense to you. Like I said, I didn't take the trade because I'm not really taking trades this week. I'll be honest, I took some bad trades last week, and I obviously paid for it via the account, and I had some losses. Actually, my entire week last week were losses. So I'm not taking any trades this week. However, I can still analyze and pay attention to what I normally do under normal circumstances. Now, I really hope that this made some sense to you. It's another way or another perspective to be able to look at what it is we do and how we do it. That being said, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me at EkataTrading. I have a very, very, very big project coming very soon that I think you would want to actually get and be a part of. For those of you who know, you know. If you don't, trust me, you want to be watching, because I am attempting to do something that could revolutionize trading within this space. I mean, it's a bold claim, but it is what it is, right? That being said, like I said, if it is you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly. Don't be afraid to do so at EkataTrading on Telegram. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you soon.